86 years old. So nobody's too young or too old to do comedy. But if anybody's 90 and wants to take comedy classes, I will give you a free class, because I just want to bump my numbers up. So if you know any 90-year-olds, welcome to the class. So the next gentleman that was supposed to come to the stage, yeah, he's gonna get it. Shit, big time. It's the first time I've ever had somebody complete all the classes and then not come on the stage. And I warned him that I would have 5 minutes just to make fun of him. So, Bob, I'm sorry you missed, he couldn't come to class last night because he had his hip-hop classes. So, he's older than Margot, by the way, I'm sure he is. So, but he decided he would come back into the next classes, so I'll give you the dates of his next showcase when we know them, so. And also I want to mention, as you saw with Margot, there's going to be things on the stage because it's going to progress through the evening. I'm just warning you now. If you don't like certain words, you might not want to, or you're not used to certain words, get over it, because some of these guys are going to be using the fuck word. I don't use it, but they will. So, or sometimes I do. You're going to hear about body parts. I mean, Margot gave you a little overview there, right? She's 182, as she told you, right? So it's going to get a little edgier. You'll find out about body parts you never even knew you had. And you certainly didn't know your neighbor had them. So keep that in mind. Buckle up, in other words. So I'm going to bring your next comic to the stage. Welcome to the stage this gentleman who 4 years ago this week came on stage for the first time. Welcome to the stage, Kevin Webb.
Thank you. Give it up for Dan Banners for everybody. Been here 4 years, and we'll see if I've improved any.
Yeah.
So before I start, I just want to do a quick poll of the audience here. So by applause, how many men do we have in the audience tonight? Just the men. All right. Now, by applause, how many of you guys suffer from erectile dysfunction? That's what I thought. But, yeah, I mean, as a guy, we don't like to talk about that kind of stuff. I think it would be a lot easier to talk about that, especially taking those little pills, if they had names that were just a little more exciting. Like Viagra and Levitra. Sounds kind of boring to me. You give it a name like Medixadril, and holy shit, that sounds like fun. But like I say, guys are funny that way, especially me. If I find something embarrassing or uncomfortable, I pretty much won't talk about it or do it at all. I mean, that is why I am so happy that the man who invented the Sloppy Joe was not named Dick. Because I don't care how good it is, I am very uncomfortable eating a sloppy dick. And you know how when you combine breakfast and lunch together, you get brunch? Well, I'm sure there's a lot of other men out there who are just like me, who wouldn't eat a thing past midnight if we had to start calling it Dinkfest. Just a hunch. But I think I get that from my dad. He never talked about anything, never talked to me about sex or the sexes. I mean, when I was younger, as far as I was concerned, boys had a bird, girls had a tootie, gender equality meant having the same amount of boys as girls, and everyone was happy. I mean, I was a little confused the first time I heard about the birds and the bees. I was like, and are the bees the tootie? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even until I heard my mom say how good she felt flipping some guy the bird that I even began to wonder about that. But I always knew my mom had balls. Yeah, technology today, going crazy. Everyone's on their phones. I see it with my kids. My kids are single-handedly pioneering what I call the one-handed generation. Always got their fucking tablets in their hand. Actually, the only time I ever see them using both of their hands is when they're waiting for their tablets to charge. I mean, seriously, if we today truly believe that drug and alcohol abuse is a disease, then smartphones are a plague. I mean, smartphones are the place. Yeah. Thank you. I mean, this disease is so new, they don't even have a 12-step program for it yet. And if they did, it would be some dumb app you gotta use on your smartphone. Now, I am pretty sure that the smartphone was invented by good old Satan himself. Yeah, the devil. And if you don't believe me, just Google Adam and Eve, because there it is. Apple. Even has a fucking bite out of it too. I mean, hello. But that's how technology is today. They want to get them younger, and the younger, the better. So that's why I'm pretty sure it's not going to be too long before we have some sort of a smartphone for fetuses. Yeah. Simply insert into the birth canal and you can start texting your baby right away. Oh, look, dear, it's first selfie. I mean, we're going to have the first generation of fetuses that can let us know firsthand whether they're pro-choice or not. Oh, Mom, is this my family? Yeah. I'm tying a knot in the cord. It's crazy. But speaking of kids, I do have kids. In fact, one of my kids made me this tonight, this necklace, and wanted me to wear it. I think it's pretty cool. Now, I have 3 boys, and my boys love making me shit. I mean, popsicle stick picture frames and macaroni underwear. I got a lifetime supply of that shit. So you can imagine how blown away I was when one of them gave me this and wanted me to wear it. And like I said, I want to support him any way I can. He's 19, he's in rehab. Anyways, my name's Kevin Webb, that's my time. Thank you very much.